What is up, YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. Today, we have the Mega Alakazam team once again with Mega Alakazam, Tapu Lele, the Braviary, Blacephalon, Ferrothorn, and Landis Fairy. Let's get started. If you haven't checked out the last episode, highly recommend go check it out. But it was a pretty doozy one. So, Mega Alakazam has been kind of impressing me so far. It's been a pretty nice month. I forgot to put Psychic. I was supposed to do that in between recording this in the last episode. Oh, wow. I really need to put Psychic on the Alakazam because Psychic would probably just guarantee a lot more knockouts as we find our first opponent from Japan, 1560 rating, with a team of, Gothma. So, Politoed, Ludicolo, Gothitelle, Mawile, Incineroar, and Tapu Bulu. This is going to be a doozy of a one. Ferrothorn's pretty good in this matchup. My opponent doesn't have good answers to Ferrothorn. I think my best answer is Braviary plus Braviary plus Ferrothorn. I'm a bit worried about Incineroar Gothitelle lead. Actually, you have to bring Incineroar if you want to beat Ferrothorn, right? I just don't see you bringing Hard Rain against me. I just really can't. You know what? Braviary, Landers, I think is my lead choice here. It's super solid, I think. Ferrothorn in the back, and I'm not sure if Lele is useful. I think Blacephalon with his Sash can stall out a few turns. Let's see how this is going to go. I'm really expecting the Lele Blacephalon, and even if you lead Rain, I'm hoping my opponent targets down the Braviary slot because it is the bigger threat. So, let's see how this is going to go. Definitely a bit of a scary team depending on leads, but I really just expect you to lead Incineroar plus the Gothitelle here. Hallelujah. That's not what I expected at all. Braviary Landis will take the field. Not the worst case, I guess. I'm going to make a few hard reads. I already lost one of them, but I'm going to try the second one of Protect. And the Life Orb U-turn should knock out Ludicolo, I would imagine. Yeah, so I'm just going to go for a Protect with Braviary and a U-turn. I'm not sure how much you really want Landers out of the way since you really don't need to. And Braviary is a Pokemon that can set up Tailwind. They can knock out the Ludicolo. I'm not sure how much you want to risk me tarring down the Braviary slot. And I don't think you should expect me to be like banded Landers or Choice Band. So I don't think you would target it down here. As we're going to see the switch in the Tapu Bulu here. Which is an interesting switch. Definitely not to say the least, because Bulu is an interesting switch. I think you have to target on Braviary, right? Or am I just going to be crazy here? Let's see what my opponent decides to do. It's going to be the Z move. I'm pretty sure Hydro Vortex in the Braviary, which would make a lot of sense. You want to try to get rid of the Braviary as quick as possible. So, going to see the Z move. I wonder, guess it has to be Superpowered Bulu. Yeah, it targets on Braviary. Okay. So I should survive that and then just get my Ferrothorn in. That did a bit more than I thought. Maybe I should switch into Ferrothorn hard. But Ferrothorn's a win condition, potentially. Go for the U-turn. Life Orb boosted. We'll be able to knock out the Ludicolo. The Ludicolo goes down and take a little bit of Life Orb. But we get to retreat and bring out our next Pokemon. And that Pokemon, I think, will be our... I want to go Blacephalon. I think I will go Blacephalon here. Because I think Overheating the Rain might be able to knock out Mawile if I'm not mistaken. So that could be absolutely huge here. Let's see what's coming out. Mawile has to come out. I wonder if it's Scarf Bulu. That's my question. Politoed's going to come back out, which is fine. I wonder if the last Pokemon is Mawile, because I'm thinking it might be Incineroar at this point. How much do I want to get here? I already protected Braviary. I could Z-move the Bulu slot and switch out into Ferrothorn. How much do I want to do that? Because I could potentially lose. No, I don't think I would lose. Actually, you know what? I think doubling into Politoed's safe here. I'm not sure if you risk Bulu here. You are going to risk Bulu, but are you max speed on this team? I kind of doubt it. You're not. Okay, so I get the knockout into the Politoed, which is really good because one, I don't have to worry about a Perish Song late game because that was something I was a little bit worried about. Two, I don't think you protect Politoed in this position. I really just don't think so because you might not expect Politoed to get knocked out here, and you kind of want to Scald off into either Blacephalon or my Braviary, which are both threatening. Not sure what this Bulu carries, but we're going to find out here. It could still be devastating here, depending on its move. It's Wood Hammer actually going to come out into Blacephalon, so yeah, that does even bring me down to my Focus Sash, and you take quite a bit of recoil, so that's not a bad turn for me at all. So right here, we're going to see the Mawile or Incineroar. It's one of those two, and I feel like I'm in a good position right now. It is the Incineroar in the back, so I didn't expect Mawile because I think Incineroar is just, like, you know, pretty good against my team overall. So Incineroar is going to reveal itself, does bring out the Intimidate, but I think I could just go for the Overheat into the Bulu, because I think Overheat should be able to knock out the Bulu, unless it's maybe an Assault Vest variant, but if it's an Assault Vest variant, I get to find out right now. Or unless it's like really specially defensive, but we'll find out here. We'll go for the Overheat and Protect. If Blacephalon goes down, I get a free switch into my Landers, which I think is pretty good right here. So we'll protect Braviary and find out what my opponent decides to do. Probably just fake out, but no fake out. Overheat is going to come out into the Tapu Lele slot. And that doesn't pick up the knockout. Are you a bulky berry set? Because that could change this game. It is a bulky berry set, okay. What does the Bulu go for? It is going to be a Wood Hammer into the Braviary slot and a knockoff into the Blacephalon, which again I said is fine. I'm actually really surprised the Bulu took the Overheat. I'm guessing it's at least a max HP variant, which makes sense because it wasn't faster than my Braviary. But now I think I just get a pretty free switch into Landis right here. And I really like Superpower here. But then again, I'm just worried about Recoil or Flare Blitz Burn at this point. Because I don't think Bulu should be able to knock me out. I think just Superpower and U-Turn is a fine play here because I get some chip. Maybe I should U-Turn the Incineroar, I guess. The match is actually going to be forfeited, which, you know, I don't think my opponent had many outs, especially if you don't have Protect on Incineroar. I think you have to call a 50-50 of who I target there, and I don't even have to exactly make that play, really. I don't. I could just, like I had so many options right there, I think, that I could have just went for, like, maybe, like, Rock Slide, Brave Bird. As long as I was able to knock out the Incineroar, I was able to win with my... Well, I had two win conditions. If I knock out Incineroar, I win with my Ferrothorn against the Bulu, unless Superpower crits, or... which isn't really reliable. But if I get rid of Bulu, I win with my Landis Fairy. That's how I felt. And +1 Superpower usually gets a knockout onto Incineroar. I am very sure. So, yeah, just able to pick up a win, which is pretty nice there. Yeah, not much to say there. But the rain matchup, I did lead wrong. Maybe my opponent was worried about Ghostium on the Blacephalon as a potential lead because it would have been pretty devastating for my opponent. We got a new team here, though, with Milotic, Landis-Fairy, Mimikyu, Blaziken, the Snorlax, and Tapu Lele. I actually really like this team. It looks like Alex Gomez's and Eric Rios' team from Sao Paulo with Blaziken over Charizard. I kind of like that because it could provide some interesting coverage here. Especially since Charizard Y is threatened by Rock Slide. I kind of like it. This is going to be a bit more offensive here. Lele plus Alakazam should be good as a lead, I think. I think that should be good as a lead. I could try Speed Boost potentially, which would be fantastic. Do I even like Blacephalon? I really don't, I think. I don't think I do. Landis plus Braviary should be good enough, I think, in order to win this game in the back. Although I think I could argue Ferrothorn here. I'm just not sure if Ferrothorn's going to be that great because I don't think I'm going to allow my opponent to get Trick Room up. Not sure Milotic would be broad. Milotic can take hits, maybe, but it just want to be able to dish out damage, which is why I don't see Milotic coming out. I could see Mimilax lead. I could see maybe a more offensive lead. But right here, I'm going to try out my Alakazam plus the... I'm going to try out Alakazam plus my Lele. I think Shadow Ball might be able to knock out Mimikyu. I'm modest. Unless Psyshock does more because of the really low physical defense of Mimikyu and the high special defense, but I want to say Shadow Ball does a little bit more. We'll find out. Alakazam Tapu Lele will take the field against Mimikyu Snorlax. Psychic into my Psyshock might be able to knock out Snorlax, so I could go for that play. But I would only want to go for that play if I had Ferrothorn in the back. And since I don't have Ferrothorn in the back, I don't think it's exactly worth it. I think I'll go for a Shadow Ball here and a Psychic into the... Or Gleam. I think Gleam is better. Because the chip damage on Snorlax might matter. And I could have seen Tapu Koko coming in for the Snorlax slot. So you can maybe guarantee trick him up if you can. Let's see. We will just Mega Alakazam. I don't think we'll go down to a Snorlax Frustration, but I can't really say. We'll trace Gluttony right there. And we'll go for the Gleam and a Shadow Ball. And hopefully this knocks out the Mimikyu, because that'd be fantastic. Snorlax takes basically no damage from that. I think a Psychic plus Psyshock would have actually been able to knock out the Snorlax, but I just don't know what... I just don't want to let Trick him to go up. Pick him Shadow Ball. We should be able to knock out the Mimikyu. We're not... That Z Destiny Bond coming out? Or is that just Ghostium? No, that's just Ghostium. Yeah, that's just Never Ending Nightmare coming out. Okay. In a Lele. Did you double attack or did you just belly drum? You belly drum, okay. Huh. I'm actually really surprised about the aggressive attack there. I'm a bit mad because the Psyshock would have been able to knock out the Mimikyu. I was worried about... I felt like if you were going to make that play, I thought Koko was just a safe play into the Snorlax slot, which is why I didn't want to go for it. Now I have a pretty difficult choice to make. I think my Braviary has to come out here, and I think I always have to target the Mimikyu slot with my Alakazam, and I don't even know Z-move will knock out the Snorlax, but I think I gotta try for it. I mean, I definitely have to Psyshock the Mimikyu. The question is, what do I do with Braviary? Do I attempt to Tailwind here? I think Tailwind might actually be... You know what? I'm gonna Tailwind. I think Tailwind's the better play. Because if you knock out my Alakazam... actually, that's really difficult to call because I don't know who Snorlax would target. I could see Snorlax protecting because if I double target the Snorlax slot, it could be really bad for you. But, well, you could Shadow... I think you Shadow Claw in return. Something. But you're going to protect Snorlax. Okay, that gives me a window of opportunity right here, actually. So I'm going to be able to get a Psyshock, knock out Mimikyu, and I go for Tailwind. The reason I went for Tailwind is because the speed advantage. If you decide to return Shadow Claw my Alakazam, trying to get a knockout, I can get my Landers in and Z-move into Earthquake, even at even with an Intimidate, but it wouldn't matter because Braviary would have the boost. I would be able to be put into a really fantastic position right there. But that ends up working out really well for me, as my Milotic's going to come out. Interesting. My Milotic is not the threat for me. Well, it is a threat for me, but not the immediate threat right here. So I'll double in the Snorlax right here with the Z move. Actually, Braybird plus Psyshock should still be able to knock out Snorlax, and I don't want to go for Z move yet because it could be useful into that Milotic. So I'll go for Psyshock into Braybird, which I think should still be able to knock out Snorlax. In Psychic Terrain, yeah, that's definitely going to be able to pick up the knockout. Perfect. I didn't want to waste my Z move when I really didn't have to at that point. Alright, get the knockout Snorlax. Scald here? I think you have the Scald. You can't really Icy Wind. Ice Beam actually going to come out. Okay. Into Braviary. No freeze, which is good. And Blaziken comes out. How many turns of Tailwind do I have left? 2. Okay. Realistically, I can go for Psyshock into Blaziken and just Z-move the Milotic. I'm also thinking about doubling the Milotic, but I'm worried if my opponent makes an aggressive play here and decides to not protect the Blaziken, go super risky, and expect to double up into my Lodic, which I don't want happening. So, you know what? I'm going to Side Shock the Blaziken and go for the Z move into my Lodic slot. Because I think what's going to happen is here, maybe my Lodic protects and Blaziken goes on the offense. Because you could be playing really risky. But we're just going to see Blaziken protect, which still is fine as long as my opponent doesn't get the double, I feel like. So I go for Side Shock. So I could have just doubled up my Lodic there and potentially have won the game. But I still think I'm in a fine position because, again, my Lodic still can't knock me out. And I still have a turn of Tailwind to work with. So let's see here. Supersonic Sky Strike going to come out. How much does this do my Lodic? I would assume it does like 80. I wonder if it actually activates Berry. Oh, it just knocks out my Lodic? Whoa. Not what I expected. Definitely not what I expected. Okay, I don't know. Blaziken is what, 167, so it's like 240 something at maximum. With Tailwind up, I should be faster with Braviary. Yes, I am. So my best play here is to go for sub in case you try to go for the double, and I feel like you have to go for the double, and then you're going to try to rock slide your way out. Yep. Fails the double though. I go for the sub anyway. I did not expect a Z move to KO with Braviary, but Braviary is proving to be quite the monster it is. Like, it really isn't. It's really proving to be the monster it is. Get rid of the Blaziken right there, and that is going to be good game. Wow. Wow. Just the Z move KOing caught me off guard. I think it was Adrenaline or Milotic. Which actually makes sense, because Adrenaline or Milotic is probably one of the few sets you'll see. Or maybe it was a Scarf Milotic. Because those are the only sets you'll really see with Icy Beam. Otherwise, if it's a bulky bear, you tend to see Icy win more. So it might have been just more of a choice locked Milotic and was forced to go for the Ice Beam right there. That might have been the reason why my opponent made that play. But really nice there, just being able to pick up another win. And we're actually close to the 1700s with the team. I don't want to jinx it, but we're actually really close to 1700s with this team, which is amazing to say the least. Not to say the least. I mean, Mega Alakazam, close to 1700s in early battle spot. I mean, it has a really good win ratio. What is it right now? Like 12-2 or 11-2? That's a pretty decent record right now. But let us see if we can maybe reach into the 1700s in this episode with Mega Alakazam. Because Alakazam's been putting in some work. I gotta put Psychic next time, though. I gotta put Psychic next time. I don't think Shadow Ball has helped me too much. And not being able to knock out Mimikyu, like, that was just something that was a little bit disappointing. Yes, I could have went for Side Shock, but I was just worried. I thought Shadow Ball would have been able to knock out Mimikyu. But then again, I shouldn't doubt Mimikyu. Base 100 special defense is still pretty nice. It's either base 100 or 105, I think. It's something high. It's something very high. So yeah, otherwise, it's taking quite a while to find a game, so I think we'll be right back with the third game of today's episode. Or not, it's right here, actually. A ... 1528. Poor Pokemon. Okay, this guy's a little bit cheeky. This guy's a little bit cheeky. I wonder if this is Ally Switch. Fairphone is out. Landers could be decent. I don't really like Landers though. I think I go Blacephalon. I really think I just go Alakazam, Braviary as the lead with Lele plus Blacephalon. Because if you lead Coco, like if you lead Coco, I could just go. Oh no, I can't because I. That is so dumb. This terrain thing is just so dumb. Actually, do I knock out Coco with just Psychic, Modest Psychic? Because I think I do. This is where Psychic would really come in handy. Psychic over Psyshock. We'll lead Braviary Alakazam. Coco Cresselia, yep. Oh, it's Electric Seed. That usually signals Calm Mind. That's pretty bad for me. Alright. I'll go for Shadow Ball and a Crest, and I'm 100% switching out into my Lele right here. Gigabolt Havoc's not too threatening right now. Oh no, if I trace Electric Terrain, please don't. This is what I hate about Trace Mega Alakazam. Otherwise, I could just go for like, I don't know, Tailwind. I could go for Brave Bird or Psychic. But then again, I have Psy Shock. I shouldn't have Psy Shock. But Shadow Ball could help. Like if I Trace Levitate right now, I'm in a good spot. If I with Shadow Ball, if I don't, I wish I had Psychic and I could just blow away this Coco. That is gonna come out. And I want a Mega Ball because I want the extra damage, so Moonblast and the Shadow Ball might be able to pickle the knockout onto the Cresselia. I don't know if you're going to fire off an Icy Wind with Cresselia. That's also just a potential option. You might just fire off an Icy Wind here, because you might be trying to catch a Landorus on the switch. Okay, moment of truth. This is the thing I was worried about with Mega Alakazam. Oh, come on. But Coco protects. Okay, so I'm not taking like a Thunderbolt or anything, which is good. I'm guessing this is Icy Wind then. Mega Alakazam. Why? Shadow Ball does a good amount. It is just an Icy Wind. Not good. Although I do think what's expendable right now is my Blacephalon. I'll just go into Blacephalon right here. I don't think Blacephalon's useful in this game. If Cresselia just went, if it's not going for Calm Mind and I already weakened it a decent amount, I don't think it's really needed in this game. I'm going to protect Alakazam because it's still useful in this game. Let's find out what my opponent's Coco is going to go for. Electro Web. Oh, my opponent really likes the speed advantage. Huh. That does a lot to Blacephalon. Life Orb and a Moonlight. Very nice play on my opponent's part. Man, I just don't have switches right now. Psyshock to Tapu Koko and back in Lele, I guess. I just gotta hope you don't Gigavolt Havoc this turn. So I'll go into Lele right here. Protect Electro Whip Koko. Huh. Okay. Electro once again, okay. My opponent really likes the speed advantage. Although I could have the terrain win if I knock out Coco here, which I think I should because it's Life Orb, right? Yeah, it was Life Orb. Oh, right, it wasn't Z-move. I bet people are yelling at me again, but it's late at night. I'm recording this at, what, like 10? So I knock out Tapu Koko, and Icy Wind's going to come out. Or Calm Mind. This is where it gets ugly. Because that's a +1 defense, +1 special attack, and +1 special defense. What are we looking at next? Probably Charizard. I'm in a really tough spot. Or Landorus. I don't know what Landorus is going to lock itself into. Earthquake? I'm going to go hard Braviary because I think I need Braviary around. And I think I'm going to just go for a Psychic in the Landorus. If it's Scarf Landorus, I kind of want to go for Psychic, but I have no idea what Landorus it is. It could be Z-move Landorus. That is also another factor. And Lele should outspeed, unless it's like Jolly. Yeah, it's not Scarf. Okay, so I guess Psychic off. Let's knock out the Landorus. Okay, this is doable. What does Cresselia go for? Just a Calm Mind again. Definitely doable. Still hard, but definitely doable. Okay. Charizard's the last Pokemon. It should be Charizard Y. With Moonlight, I think you would have to be Charizard Y. I'm gonna just Psychic and protect Braviary. I feel like the end game, like what I'm hoping here is a Heat Wave knocks out my Lele. I go out into Alakazam. Psyshock will knock out the Charizard threat. Maybe I should sub. How was I going to protect this turn? Oh no, that makes it difficult. What does the rest do? Icy Wind? No, just Psychic in the Braviary. Okay. How many turns with Psychic Terrain? I have 2, right? Yeah, 2. I want to say Psyshock would knock out Charizard. And Heat Wave wouldn't knock out Braviary. You would need Overheat, I think. I'm going to double up the Crest. I'm going to double up the Crest because if I can put Crest into the range of like Shadow Ball from my Blacephalon, I feel pretty decent about my position otherwise. So let's see here what's going to come out from my opponent. I'm fascinated Charizard, so that's probably a bulky Charizard then. Psychic. Good amount because it's a crit, right? Yeah, that's a crit. Tailwind. Oh, what? That is not what I expected at all. I think that loses me the game unless I double crit the Crest right here. Psychic wouldn't have done enough to Charizard where it would knocked out anyway, which is why I didn't go for it. I have to stall out those turns too. So go for the Z move into Crest. Yeah, I barely missed a knockout. Icy Wind comes out. Just gonna do a decent amount of my Braviary. I'm in Heat Wave and range. Unless my opponent doesn't have Heat Wave. Then I have a chance. Although you should have Heat Wave. Yeah, I don't see an out. Unless I dodge Heat Wave here. And I don't. So, gonna go down. Crest gets a free Moonlight. Gets to heal back all its HP. That is pretty much game. And I lose Psychic Terrain, so I can't even knock out the Charizard with Psyshock. Yeah, very nicely played from my opponent. So, in order for me to win, I had to really hope it wasn't Tailwind Charizard. Because Tailwind Charizard was like the one thing I was really scared of. But I had nothing I could really do about it. Because if it was Timid Charizard, it would have got the Tailwind up regardless. Even if I double attacked it. And I didn't want it to be Timid Charizard Heat Waving. Just knock out Lele. And then I'd lose both Braviary plus... maybe if I lost Braviary plus Lele that turn and got rid of the Charizard in exchange, it might have been better for me at that point. Levitate doesn't really matter. I would need some kind of magic work right now. I would probably need a double protect, a double protect, a Shadow Ball crit into Cresselia, and either dodge a Heat Wave or crit to Charizard with Side Shot. So then the odds don't look good in our favor at all. Heat Wave and Psychic. And we will go for it again. Maybe I only need one double if my opponent misses a Heat Wave. Failed to double with Alakazam and Blacephalon. So that's going to be a good game to our opponent. So we lose to this 4-mon team, but again, pretty solid core. Plus the fact that speed control plus Calm Mind Cresselia was just really difficult for me to handle. And me not having Psychic really did hurt here. And not being able to get my... and tracing the Psychic Terrain. I think tracing the Psychic Terrain was absolutely the worst thing that could have happened for me. I guess turn 1 though, I could have went for sub with Alakazam instead of going for an immediate Shadow Ball. I think that might have been a better play turn 1. Yeah, I think that might have been the better play. Maybe just regular sub? I don't know, that's kind of risky if the Coco decides to just go for the Gigavolt Havoc and Alakazam turn 1. But, yeah. Like, there's not much I can do there otherwise. But I hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2018 Back to Battles. If you did like it, please leave a like down below. We're going to go 2-1 once again. So, 2-0, 2-0. No, 3-0, 3-0, 2-1, 2-1. Not bad so far. Like, this team has still been really impressing me. Calm Mind Cresselia I felt like was a difficult matchup here. For sure. And, like, my opponent positioned perfectly with the speed controls. Like, Tailwind really hurt me. I think if I wanted a chance to win, I had to go for the Brave Bird into Charizard right there. I think that was my only out, was the Brave Bird to Charizard. And then hope I would maybe get a crit with Alakazam or Blacephalon at that point. Or maybe dodge an Icy Wind if my opponent just kept deciding to go for Icy Wind. But otherwise, very nicely played from my opponent. Otherwise, yeah, I could have maybe tried to position... maybe I should have hard switched Lele, but I didn't expect the Charizard to protect there immediately. But yeah, otherwise, hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. If you did like it, please leave a like down below. Shows your support. I suppose you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description. Such as my social media, the side tiers on my channel, my Twitch channel, obviously, and the Baek Battles team if you do want to go try it out. And feel free to leave a comment down below as I do read them. Otherwise, have a great day, people. And until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.